So please stand. With sincere mind and heart, please make a bow to the Buddha. So be in these With sincere mind and heart, please make a bow to your parents and family, whatever direction you choose. With sincere mind and heart, please make a bow to the preceptor, which is me. And be seated, please. Well, now I'll recite the Heart Sutra, the Heart of Perfection of the Wisdom Sutra.
The Heart of the Perfection of Great Wisdom Sutra. Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva Durindi Prajna Paramita clearly saw the emptiness of all the five conditions and was freed of fear. O Shariputra, form is no other than emptiness, emptiness no other than form, form is exactly emptiness, emptiness exactly form, sensation, perception, discrimination, and consciousness are also like this. O Shariputra, all things are expressions of emptiness, not born, not destroyed, not staying, not pure, neither waxing nor waning. Thus in emptiness there is no form, no sensation, perception, reaction, nor consciousness, no eye, ear, nose, tongue, body,
consciousness, no ignorance, and no end to ignorance, no old age and death, no end to old age and death, no suffering, no cause or end to suffering, no path, no wisdom, and no gain, thus bodhisattvas live prajnaparamita with no hindrance in the mind, no hindrance, therefore no fear, far beyond deluded thoughts. This is nirvana, all past, present, and future Buddhas live prajnaparamita and attain supreme perfect enlightenment. Therefore know that prajnaparamita is the perfect mantra, the luminous mantra, the supreme mantra, the incomparable mantra by which all suffering is clear. This is no other than truth. Therefore set forth the prajnaparamita mantra. Set forth this mantra and say Gate, Gate, Para, Gate, Parasamgate, Bodhisattva.
So, are you able to sit in shoke on your knees? Everyone, please repeat after me. Being one with the Buddhas in the 10 directions.
Being one with the Buddhas in the 10 directions.
Being one with the Dharma in the 10 directions.
Being one with the Dharma in the 10 directions.
Being one with the Sangha in the 10 directions.
Being one with the Sangha in the 10 directions.
Being one with the Shakyamuni Buddha.
Being one with Shakyamuni Buddha.
Being one with Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva.
Being one with Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva.
Being one with Samantabhadra Bodhisattva.
Being one with Samantabhadra Bodhisattva.
Being one with Manjushri Bodhisattva.
Being one with Manjushri Bodhisattva.
Being one with the successive teachers in our Bodhisattva lineage.
Being one with the successive teachers in our Bodhisattva lineage.
Being one with the 3 treasures, the Buddha Tathagata, and all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. May this ceremony be witnessed and blessed. For Russell Kyofu Mitchell. The mind source is completely clear, and the sea of the Dharma is fathomless. One who cannot realize it wanders eternally, and one who realizes it is immediately at home. To be able to play freely in the field of enlightenment, it is necessary to drop attachments. Do not doubt. There's nothing surpassing dropping attachments for entering the enlightened way. Reflect. Your body and mind are turning from eternal transmigration, and you are being irreversibly and eternally born into Buddha mind. Clinging and delusion do not cease, yet your original true nature has been revealed. Now you are vowing to let attachments go and realize the truth of oneness. Think now with gratitude for your parents and thank them for having given you this life. Consider carefully the mutual karma that brought you here. Think of what your teachers, partners, and Sangha have done. Think of what the earth and sky have done. You will now be able to dedicate this life freely to the welfare and service of all beings. And now we'll chant our lineage of teachers from ancient times to the present. If you haven't done this before, just follow along. Shakyamuni Buddha, Mahakashyapa Buddha, Ananda Buddha, Shanavasa Buddha, Ugakuta Buddha, Dritaka Buddha, Nishaka Buddha, Vasumitra Buddha, Buddhanandai Buddha, Buddhamitra Buddha, Parshva Buddha, Punyayashas Buddha, Ashvagosa Buddha, Kapimala Buddha, Nagarjuna Buddha, Kanadeva Buddha, Rahulata Buddha, Swagnanda Buddha, Gayashata Buddha, Kumarata Buddha, Jayata Buddha, Vasubandhu Buddha, Manorita Buddha, Hakenlashas Buddha, Adishya Buddha, Vashasita Buddha, Punyamitra Buddha, Prajnatara Buddha, Bodhidharma Buddha, Taisu Huiko, Chenchi Sengsan, Tai Taojin, Taman Hongzhen, Taxian Huineng, Xingruan Xingsu, Shi Tao He Xian, Yao Shan Wei Yan, Yun Yan Tan Cheng, Tong Shan Yang Che, Yun Chu Tao Ying, Tong An Tao Pi, Feng An Quan Chi, Yang Shan Chuan Han, Ta Yang Ching Chuan, Tao Tzu I Ching, Fu Zhong Chao Kai, Han Xia Tzu Chun, Chen Sui Ching Nao, Tian Tong Sun Chi, Shou An Chi Xian, Tian Tong Zhu Xing, He Do Yan, Ko Wang Ne Zhou, Tetsu Gi Kai, He Zan Zhou Kin, Ga San Zhou Seki, Tai Yan So Shin, Bai Zan Man Pan, Niao Chu Tian Yin, Yi San Shou San, Mo Rin Shi Tan, So Shi So Tai, Ken Chu Han Tetsu, Dai Ju So Ko, Kin Ho Ju Sen, Kai Jin So Chin, Tetsue Se Tan, Shu Koku Cho Tan, Ketsuzan Tetsue, O Shi So An, Go Ho Kainan, Kenkei Den San, Shozan Monko, Niken Sekryo, Reikan Royu, Kakujo Tosai, Kakuan Ryogu, Ryoka Dai Bai, Ungan Gu Haku, Bayan Hakujen, Taizan Maizumi, Tetsugen Glassman, Enkyo Hara, Shuzen Harris, Fusho Rappaport, Kyofu Mitchell. Now I give you this Rakusu, the representation of the robe of Shakyamuni Buddha. This has been handed down for 85 generations until now. Please protect and maintain it well. For what reason do you receive this Rakusu?
To carry forward the Dharma.
Yes. Dharma transmission given to Russell Kyofu Seikyo on October 23rd, 2022, Melbourne, Florida, USA. What is it that's aware? I'm just going to hand this to you so you can put it on because I can't reach it. Long ago, the Buddha held up a flower before the assembly and blinked. Kashyapa smiled. The Buddha said, I have the treasury of the eye of the true Dharma and the wondrous mind of Nirvana, and I transmit it to Mahakashyapa. Now it's transmitted to you. So now we'll do the verse of the Kesa. Just do it one time. The third one.
Vast is the robe of liberation, a formless field of benefaction. I wear the Tathagata's teaching, saving all sentient beings.
So we do the transference of water wisdom with all different kinds of liquids, depending on the person's desire. In this case, you want to go ahead and grab one of them? Yeah, if you could. This is tea made from a piece of wood, and it's delicious, I hear. So usually we do whiskey or beer, but he's given me wood juice.
I didn't have wheels.
That's good wood. I was going to say that's good bass, but not that many people would get that joke. In closing, I'll ask you to remember the words of the great Master Dogen, who said, once you have clarity, do not neglect a single day. Wholeheartedly practice for the sake of the way and speak for the sake of the way. And also please remember the words of the great Master Yogi Berra, who said, if you don't know where you're going, you'll end up somewhere else. So, this has been a long time coming, huh? Or a short time coming, depending how you think about it. Yeah, Russ and I we were over at my house earlier, right beforehand, and we were talking about how when I met him for the first time, he came down from, where were you living, Vermont at the time? Yeah, and he drove his motorcycle part of the way and then rented a car for part of the way, right? And then we met at the Mansion restaurant over here and hung out and talked, and that was my first meeting with him, and he was obviously really highly motivated at that time. Do you remember what year that was? It was about 10 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a decade ago.
About 10 years ago. And it's so bizarre to think of that day and then this day, and in a way, it's 10 years is a long time. In a way, it's like, it's gone. Right? And we have this saying that Dave usually ends up chanting it at the end of the retreats. Let me respectfully remind you, life and death are of supreme importance. Time swiftly passes by and opportunity is lost. And so, whether opportunity is lost or not is up to us. And it was obvious 10 years ago, as it is now, that opportunity is not lost on you. Seize the opportunity. And so Russ has been someone that's been endlessly supportive. He's always there. He's always there. He really shows up, and that's what it takes in this practice. I don't care who you are, or how much you think you know or don't know, or how deluded you feel you are, or how enlightened you think you are. The important thing is to show up, and Russ always shows up, often at great difficulty because he's lived across country for a lot of the time, and always is offering to help, always is offering to, offering what he can do, and always doing for others. And it's so nice to see him finally receiving one of his beautiful projects for a change, instead of doing it for everyone else. His woodworking is really amazing, and almost everyone's kudzu sticks that they have, and everyone's. That's true. Everyone now, and
You even borrowed an extra one time.
did we borrow an extra one?
Yeah.
And he's done other implements too. So it's really been wonderful having a woodworker in the group. Another thing that really strikes me about Russ is his sense of humor, and yet his seriousness at the same time. So he's a very serious practitioner, and yet he always maintains a sense of humor about it. And that's why I think he fits so well into this group, because we all love taking everything with a grain of salt, but the practice itself, life and death, are serious. I mean, life's serious. Death is serious as a heart attack. Not that's a joke. So it is serious, and yet we don't have to be in that mode all the time. We can be in a mode in which we're enjoying things. We're enjoying the practice. We're enjoying our time together, because we don't know how much time we'll have. We don't know how much time any of us are going to have on this planet. So it's something I've always really appreciated about him. So thank you for all the hard work you put in, all the traveling you've done at very difficult times, I know, in your life at times, and through many different ups and downs. When you know someone for a decade and you get to know them well, I would say virtually everyone within a 10-year period has gone through at least 5 or 6 major crises. I don't think you're an exception. I know I'm not. And so, but in this practice, when we're practicing together, we're just working with it and rolling with it. And that's another thing I've seen Russ do under circumstances where people would be falling down, kicking their legs and crying on the floor. He's like, well, he just dusts himself off and moves on. And that's not easy. It's not easy, but he always does it in good spirits. And that's an amazing thing. So it's really great to be able to take this step with you. Another new 86th generation lineage holder. And why don't we open it up now in case anyone else would like to say anything? Why don't you start?
Yeah. So I think we first met at Kashi. I remember you walking up, us meeting there for the first time. And it's amazed me over the years that you're able to keep going with the practice, even though you're often living off by yourself. And I had a small taste of that when I moved to Dayton, practicing by myself, because I really didn't have a group there. And it's hard. It's really hard. And so, but you've been doing that all this time. And I really admire that. And, I'm really thankful that you're part of the group, because I think you bring something unique. And you're always here, even though you're always all the way across the country, you're always here. So I love you, brother. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, well, I'm like trying to collect my thoughts. But well, the thing that the first time I remember seeing you, or just seeing you, as you were doing, it was Jukai at a retreat, and that's the first time. And I remember you going through that process, and I'm like, and here we are, how many years later, and it's awesome. You've written Dharma Transmission, and I could tell when you were doing Jukai that you were a serious practitioner too. I remember, I don't know if it was a wife or a girlfriend, and you were like, yeah, she just doesn't drink the Kool-Aid. It was like, it goes back to being serious, but being funny, and so I was like, that's cool. And I agree with Roshi too, just, you just showing up, and definitely definitely for me showing up, like whenever I, needed to talk with you or during the pandemic, you were there and you showed up, and I really appreciated that. So thank you so much.
Yeah, Russ even has showed up when it literally put him into debt to show up. That's what he does.
Can an online person say something?
Absolutely. Go ahead, Robert.
I just wanted to say, first of all, great congratulations, Russ. You're such a serious practitioner and teacher. I think it's wonderful and very fitting that you are finally having your full empowerment. And I'm really happy to be here and be able to be with you online. So that's great. I've gotten to know you a little bit when we've seen each other on retreats, as well as a bit online, and come over the years to appreciate, what I think are the more obvious things about you. You have which took me a while to really gather, but you have an enormous intellect, great range of things that you are interested in and skilled at. And it's easy to fall in love with your craft, because I have never witnessed anybody forge things and make things like my amazing stick, which is now like my best friend. Anybody. I don't think there's anybody that I can think of that equals the kind of living, beauty that your things have. They're not just well wrought, but they have life energy, and it's a wonderful thing. But even with all of that, and it's sometimes it's hard to see your essence in a way, because you always have an interesting intellectual take on things or something pithy to say. But I just want to highlight the fact that underneath that, you have a very, very warm heart. And I really appreciate your heart as I've gotten to know you over the years.
Thank you.
Anyone else want to say anything?
I'm just amazed you can move around in all those rooms.
It's not easy.
It's like a turret.
Russ, having been our house guest for the last few days and knowing you for the time here at the Sangha, you can stay back with us at any time. You have not worn out your welcome. Anytime, we would be honored to have you stay with us. Yeah.
And so will the cats.
And I am.
Russ loves those cats.
Yeah, I forgot to mention your amazing group of cats.
Well, Wendy and Jose have a pretty amazing group too.
We're happy to share.
Yeah, they like sharing them.
You could take one home.
Please don't do that.
I don't think wives allow their cats to be
I was
taken.
gonna say, yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yes, Grace.
Well, I wanted to say, Ross, that I think that somebody who has that sense of humor, or generally, I think somebody who has a sense of humor has to be also very intelligent and be willing to laugh about himself as well. I think that you have that humble medium heart to laugh about yourself. Don't take it that so serious, and sometimes when it needs to be serious, it's serious, right? But you show in your words, and I love to work on wood as well, and I share that passion. And when I see your craftsman and your pieces, it kind of inspires me to keep going. So thank you for being part of our Sangha, and your words and your talks on Sundays are super nice. I really enjoy it. Diana loves it as well. we talk about that, and she says, "Oh, Rosie's amazing."
Thank you.
Even your daughter's sister.
Well, I guess yeah, it's true. I just have to say I enjoy your presence. Every time I see you, I don't know, I feel happy. So thank you.
So Russ, would you like to say anything?
I would.
You want to sit in the chair?
I might, yeah.
Okay.
That's
Grab
all right.
that chair there. Maybe grab that chair and bring it over here.
No, you're fine.
Let me get up.
Russ wants to take us.
All right, here we go. I'm just gonna park here.
Watch out the camera.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. So I want to thank you all. Is this on? Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
So I want to thank everybody. It really is a special time, and it's been a special path. There's a lot of reasons that the path is special, but the most special reason is because that's what happened. Okay. Because that's what happened. Other things might have happened, but they didn't. This is what happened. And that's what makes it so special. And you guys were part of it. At various points in my life, you guys came into my life. And I hope you never leave my life. There's a lot of really structured things you can say about the Dharma, but it doesn't really carry much without the people. It doesn't have meaning if there's no relief of suffering. And so that requires us, because we're the ones who suffer. Appreciate you guys.
So we'll do the 4 vows.
Sentient beings are numberless. I vow to free them. Illusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transform them. Practice paths are boundless. I vow to study them. Enlightened way is incomparable. I vow to embody it. Sentient beings are numberless. I vow to free them. Illusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transform them. Practice paths are boundless. I vow to study them. The enlightened way is incomparable. I vow to embody it. Sentient beings are numberless. I vow to free them. Illusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transform them. Practice paths are boundless. I vow to study them. The enlightened way is incomparable. I vow to embody it.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Congratulations, Russ.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Russ.
Congratulations.
Thanks, everybody.